In August 1981, David Alexander was going to have a visitation from God that would change his life forever at a Van Halen concert. Give him faith in Jesus Christ.
It was 1981. The concert itself was, I think, in August, something like that. It was in the summer of 1981. But there were some things that led up to it. One of the first, I guess you could say, I don't want to say religious because that's not the right word, one of the first revelations that God showed me was out of this clear blue, I had a vision of the earth, and I saw the earth almost as you would see the earth from the moon. Maybe it would be a little bit farther out. And I saw, this before I was a Christian, I saw a dark cloud, like a thin dark cloud completely surrounding the earth. And there was no words spoken, it was just like a knowledge that was given to me, if you will. And what was given to me was that everything on the earth was one way or another affected by this dark cloud. And I didn't even know the scripture in Peter where it says the whole world is under the sway of the wicked one. But my understanding that was given to me, even though there was no words, was everything one way or another is under the influence of this dark cloud. Either they're being influenced to do bad or it's somehow affecting everybody on this earth. And it really scared me because I realized that I was on the earth. And so I wondered, well, what's the answer? How do you get from under this dark cloud, or how can you, in a way be saved? I wasn't talking about Jesus. I didn't even know, it wasn't even thought in my head, Jesus. But I just was wondering, how do you come out from under this? And who's not affected by this? If everybody on the earth is affected by it, who's not affected by it? And then I just saw the name God, G-O-D, like in the air. Like God is the only one that's not affected by this dark cloud. And so that was about 6 months before the Van Halen concert. So I had a waveless waterbed, and I think I was actually about to walk out of my room to go get something to eat. I was 16, this was about 6 months before the Van Halen concert, and literally just out of nowhere, I just had a vision. I never had a vision before. And I was in my room, and just out of nowhere, I'd say maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds, saw the earth. But in the summer of 1981, Van Halen was coming down, and I don't think I could say I believed in God, but I questioned maybe if He existed, or was thinking about it. And actually, I prayed to get Van Halen concert tickets because it was sold out very quickly. And so I prayed. They were sold out. I wasn't able to get tickets. And I was very frustrated. And there's a short version and a long version, so I'm kind of giving you somewhat of the short version. But so anyway, I went over my friend's house, and he had another friend come over, and he asked me if I wanted tickets for the Van Halen concert. And I thought he was joking, but he was serious, and he said something had come up and he couldn't go. And so he actually gave me tickets to go. I went with my friend. So I was there, and I was the first song that Van Halen sang was "Running with the Devil," and it was at the Hollywood Sportatorium, and I don't know how many people were there, maybe 7,000 or 20,000, and yes, anywhere from 17 to 20,000 people. It was packed out, obviously. But Van Halen was huge at the time. And so I was into the song, and I was, rocking with everybody else, and I had my lighter in the ear. And it was kind of, it was obviously turn the lights off, so it was kind of dark, and you could see there's like, it looked like 17,000 lighters in the air. Everybody's almost like a sign of, not worship, but that they were, letting everybody know that they're into it. Like, I had my lighter there, like, I'm with this, like kind of like saluting Van Halen. And then when they started to sing, I had heard the song numerous times on the radio, and I'm pretty sure I had the album. And it was the same words, but the spirit behind it was different. It had, and I don't even know how I knew, but it felt like it had a satanic feel to it. It had this very dark, evil feel to it. And even though the words themselves are evil, at the time, I was evil. I wasn't a Christian. I had complete rebellion in me. But I still sensed that there was some kind of evil there, some presence of evil. I was, brought up Jewish. And so, I was looking at the crowd, even though I was still singing and into the song, while I was looking at the band, I was also looking at the audience. And they were, had their hands up in the air, and they were not just singing it, it almost looked like it was an anthem, that they were singing it with all their heart, that they really were running with the devil. And so the combination of the band singing it, not just like even though it's the same words on the record at the time, it was more than just them singing it. It felt like there was a spirit emanating from them, if that's the right word, coming out of them. But it also seemed like the crowd was responding to it, that they were singing it, it was like their anthem, that they were running with the devil. And I just saw this pure hatred and anger come out of them, and I'm sure out of me too. And so while I was looking at them and saw so many of them having that same look of anger and hatred, out of nowhere, I never heard God speaking before, but out of nowhere, I heard the Lord in a very loving, gentle way. Because I was thinking to myself, wow, they really, are part of this. They really are running with the devil. They really are into this. And the Lord spoke to me and said, you see, David, that's you. In a very loving way, he said, you're running with the devil. And it just hit me. The way after fully seeing it with my own eyes, what they looked like, the Lord told me that's who I was. I was them. I was running with the devil myself. And so I just came to a point where I fully, I guess, the Lord fully the scales off my eyes, and I was able to realize who I was. I guess I never saw myself in that light. I knew I was rebellious, but I didn't see it until the Lord revealed it to me through everybody else that was basically worshiping Satan that night along with me. And so, after I kind of really took it in, that that's what it was and what I was doing, the Lord spoke to me and said, you can't serve two kings because you'll love one and hate the other. And that came from a place earlier. the short version where I was, somebody had offered me a Bible, and I was reading the Bible, but I was also smoking pot and going outside and thanking the Lord for the good marijuana that I was smoking. And I realized that night when the Lord said you can't serve two kings, that I was kind of praying and reading the Bible, but still worshiping Satan and still taking part of Satan. So first the Lord said to me, you can't serve two kings, you'll love one and hate the other. And so I came to a place where I had to make a decision who I was going to serve. Because the Lord made it very clear that I had to make a choice. And so I came to a place where I basically chose God. That was basically the only thing that I could think of, because I was 16 and I was extremely rebellious and I didn't know really anything about God or the Bible, but I do remember that I was brought up Jewish, and I had to go to Hebrew school. And I remember from Hebrew school that God created Satan, so I thought to myself, why would I choose Satan, who was just a creation, over God, created the heavens and the earth? So the only thing I could think of was from being taught in Hebrew school that, and so I chose God instead of Satan. So then after I made the decision, I was really taken back from everything that was going on, and all of a sudden, while I was standing, I saw a vision of just the outline of two angels. I didn't see their faces, I didn't see anything but just, like if you can imagine a child drawing an outline of an angel, that's what I saw, two angels. And they spoke to me, not audibly, because even if they were to speak to me audibly, I wouldn't be able to hear it. I couldn't even hear my own friend trying to speak to me at the concert, that's how loud it was. And they spoke to me very clearly, very lovingly and gently, and said, if you're making this decision tonight, that you have to sit down and show that you're opposed to this whole thing, running with the devil. The song, the atmosphere, just the rebellion, my own rebellion, and I didn't want to, but they were making clear in a very loving, gentle way that if I'm really choosing God over Satan, that I have to sit down and show that I'm opposed to the concert, that I'm opposed to what they're essentially were pretty much preaching. Running with the Devil wasn't really just a song, it was more of an anthem. And so, begrudgingly, being foolish at that age and full of rebellion, I sat down and I actually started praying and asking God to forgive me and forgive me for my own rebellion, forgive me for the fact that I was running with the devil and all the evil things I thought it did and did at that age. And then I'd say maybe 5 minutes later, because I didn't see the angels anymore, they just said what they said and left. And then maybe 5 minutes later, I saw them reappear. I don't know if I saw them in the natural or in the spirit or however it appeared to me the second time, the same way they did the first time. And it said to me that if you're really making this decision for God, for Jesus, that you have to leave, that you actually have to get up and leave. And they basically said the same way it said for me to sit down, that if I'm really choosing God this night, that I need to leave the concert. The angels spoke to me audibly, even though I heard them, because my friend was trying to speak to me and I couldn't hear him. Yeah, so I don't believe it was audible because I wouldn't have been able to hear it. It was gentle, they didn't need to raise their voice, so it went right through me, so I don't believe it was audible. But it was very clear. Yeah, even though the music was blaring, it was very clear, crystal clear. They didn't have to raise their voice. God didn't have to raise his voice. Everything was clear for me to hear. When I heard the voice, it seemed like it was from above. It didn't seem like, but not like, looking all the way directly above me. It just seemed like almost like the angels were hovering. It seemed like the voice was like hovering. It was nighttime, I guess probably like 8 o'clock. And so, I, again, kind of being, foolish and rebellious at that age, at 16, I kind of hesitated because I had come with my friends and this is my favorite band. And so, they let me know in a very gentle, loving way that if you really are making this decision that you need to leave the concert. And which was very difficult for me to do, but, I did. As, great as it might sound, I left the concert and I walked out. And I thought to myself after I walked out, I thought, this whole thing is crazy, that I'm hearing from angels and I'm hearing from Jesus, and I thought, this is insane. And, I thought to myself I just lost it for a minute or two, and, like everybody kind of has a moment where they might lose it, and, lose a sense of reality or whatever. And so I went to go back into the concert. And as I tried to go back in, something repelled me inside of me. Something repelled me. I wasn't repelled by the band because in my mind I was thinking there was nothing wrong with Van Halen in the concert, even though I thought there was a lot of rebellion. And still, Van Halen was my favorite band at the time, and I was going to go in. I thought, this is crazy. I'm not going to leave the concert because I had a moment of insanity. And I couldn't go back in. And it turned out it wasn't just my own mind or imagination or fantasy that God had revealed himself to me. Not that I'm anybody special, but he revealed himself to me and showed me that he was real, and I couldn't go back in because I believe to a certain extent God had come into my life at that time when I asked him to forgive me, and I didn't know the sinner's prayer, but I tried. Just something in me was repelled by